How to scale a construction company. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about scaling techniques that are amazing that you can grab a hold of right now. And I'm going to give you some really cool references, some books that you can read if you want to dig deeper. So if you want to know the specific strategies, and so like if you're like me, you're like, how do you scale? It's kind of like a general, non-specific topic and concept. If you really want some specifics, some things you can do tomorrow, then that's what we're doing in this video. I really hope you stay with us. Let's go. All right, I'm stoked. Like, let's do this. There's this analogy that I keep saying and sharing, or when I talk about this topic, is that you, in your construction company, you have a certain amount of influence. Your business partners have a certain amount of influence. Your directors and vice presidents have a certain amount of influence. And that creates this circle of influence. I don't want to say control, but kind of, right? The ability to steer the organization. So your collective influence will be a certain amount, right? And eventually the companies start to grow to where the need for influence, I don't want to say the word control, but I'll just go ahead and say it, like for the need for for control or the steering of the organization gets bigger than the influence of the people. And so I do want to say that who you hire to help you scale is really key. Like if this is your influence, your partner, your director, your vice president, whatever, and then you keep hiring people with small circles, you're not going to meet the demand of the organization. It's just not going to happen. You've got to hire people with influence that I'm going to say it. It's not so much what they know, it's how well they can move the organization forward and how much influence they have. And so this is key. So that is one main concept. The other thing I want to say when it comes to construction companies, and I've seen this over and over, is solidify your business with the EOS model, right? According to the book Traction. Then get real clear on how you want to deliver projects and create an operating system. Double, triple, quadruple your training for your people so they know the operating system. And then do monthly field walks as leaders on all of your projects. Yes, I said that. Going back to the circle, right? Hire the people with enough influence on every one of your projects to help implement and hold accountable the teams to the operating system and the business structure. It works every time. If you want more information about it, you can just email me at jasons@elevateconstructionist.com or call me at 602-571-8987 if you want more on that. But let me be specific here. There are some key concepts that I really am excited to share that will help you to scale. So I've given you the macro level. Now let's get into like a little bit more of the micro. So these concepts were distilled down from different references and books. For instance, my favorite example is Scaling Excellence. Derek Kirkland at DPR gave that book to me, and I've loved it absolutely ever since. And so this has been combined from those references and resources. And so let me go ahead and start with number one. Understand and define excellence. This is key, because production most of the time is just a word that we say. It doesn't mean anything. Excellence, it's just a word that we say. It doesn't mean anything, right? High quality, what does it mean, right? If you go to companies that are very clear about this, you will see the impact, right? So excellence at DPR is their culture. Excellence and these are companies that I've worked with. Excellence at Oakland Construction is their self-performed, their quality, the product they deliver, and their relationship with their clients. Excellence at Hensel Phelps is their ability to build anything according to stable systems and processes and how they train and develop their people. This is what it means in these different organizations. These are the three organizations where I have worked, and so it's been very clear to me. Excellence at Elevate and at LeanTact is how we research, develop, and oh my gosh, this is so good, and communicate the concepts that we're attempting to implement in the industry and the quality of that, our brand. So for you, if you want to scale excellence, first know what excellence means. You can articulate that in your vision statement, in your core values, what you expect. I think there's nothing more fun. So we have a construction company called Lean Build, and we build multifamily. We're right in the middle of a pre-construction design effort with our first project, and I'm going through and identifying like, what are the expectations? How do we, or what do we want to put in our job information policy brochure? What do we want to do with our project management deliverables? What software do we want to use? And everything is tailored to what we feel is excellence, and it's documented, it's communicated. We even have have, and in fact, it's tomorrow, a call with all of our trade partners defining what this means. So however you do it, define excellence and what it means to you. 2, focus on core values and culture. This is huge. Let me just use Lean Tact, our project support, project recovery, and project controls and scheduling production planning company that uses the TACT production system. Our core values are very clear. We are transparent. We do the right thing. We believe in true employee enjoyment and engagement. We are the honey badgers. We get things done, and we always respect people. Like, those are our core values. And I'm telling you, we hire, we let go, we promote, we coach around them, and we strengthen our culture. And every now and then, the company starts to break down a little bit because here's our culture, and then there's a little bit of a straying off into other areas, getting off of our vision, or maybe behaviors are starting to be tolerated. And then once that's noticed, just like an immune system killing cancer, people aren't cancer. I'm talking about behaviors and processes and things, right? So, but we really pull that back in, and we make sure that our culture is key. Everyone's heading in the same direction. Everyone's aligned. Everyone's bought into the culture. We have that visual and clear and in everybody's hearts and minds, and that will help you to scale excellence more than anything. And actually, let me just go like off notes here just for a minute. I don't read off notes, but I'm just saying off my bullet list here. That adherence to culture for us and our ability to train like an insane amount has elevated our people's capability. And then because they're culturally aligned, you don't have to manage them. You have led them, and they do it themselves. Now we have 50 people in our organization, and they deliver, this is hard to believe, just as good of a product as I do, or Kevin does, or Kate does. It's amazing. Number 3, systematize best practices. If it works, and I'll just tell you how we do it, this is probably not the best way, but not only do we have our standard processes for how we run the business and how we run our work, but when we have really great concepts, we literally distill it down. We put it on a visual board. For us, we're virtual. We do it on a Miro board, and we're like, this is the standard. You can improve it. You can take it beyond, but this is the standard, right? In weekly review meetings and in the checking of our look ahead and weekly work plans that where we're delivering for our clients, and in reviews with the owners of the company, we're constantly anchoring back to those best practices. If you want to scale, make sure that people can see best practices for excellence as they scale. And the last one I want to talk to you about is develop and enable leaders. If you know what excellence is, if you have a really clear vision of who you are and how we do things, right? So now you know like what you're doing, where you're going, and how you're going to do it, right? And you have systematized your best practices, that will scale. Now what you need to do is have key leaders that are able to scale with you and to take over the timeline for where we're implementing best practices and the reviews and check-ins to make sure that we're holding to our culture. And as you start to get key leaders in place, you will scale because you know what excellence is, you have a vision, you have standardized your processes, you're doing an insane amount of training so everyone knows how to do it, they're bought in and ready to go. And now you have leaders that are like taking it further and leading the charge, and your organization will start to scale beautifully. Here's what I'm going to do. In the description below, I'm going to link you to that book that I mentioned before, Scaling Excellence, and I'm going to link you to a blog post about this specific subject. If you ever need help, contact us. This is actually, it seems impossible, but it's actually a lot easier than you think. Follow these steps and you're going to scale well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.